finding fractions and percentages of amounts is easy if you know what to do. Over here on the left, I've written some key information that you will need to know. So say, for example, I have got 50%, that's the same as a half, 25% is the same as a quarter, 75, 3/4, 20% is the same as 1/5 or 2/10, and 10% is 1/10. Now, we're just going to very quickly go over how to find a fraction of an amount. So say, for example, I have got 1/10 of 40. To find out what a 10th of 40 is, what I would need to do is to divide this by 10. Okay, so 40 divided by 10 equals 4. And I know that from my 10 times tables. Another way, or the reason why it works, is because if I had a bar which had 10 squares in, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and this whole bar was 40. If I counted all the blocks, it made 40. Each bit, I'll have to divide by 10, and it still makes 4. So that's why that works. But for you to remember it, that's completely fine. All you need to do is to divide the whole number by the denominator, and that'll give you your answer. Okay, now if I know how to do that, I can find out percentages of amounts by using this key information over here. So say, for example, if I have got, let's go with 25% of 16, I need to figure out what that is, what 25% is as a fraction. I can look over here and it says 25% is a quarter. So I just need to find a quarter of 16. Now to do that, I'll just need to divide 16 by 4. There we go, 16 by 4. 16 divided by 4 equals 4. And I know that because I can count my 4 times tables until I get to 16. So 4, 8, 12, 16. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. The answer is 4. What about if you've got a larger number where you need to use short division? Well, let's do that now. So say, for example, I have got 25%. Yeah, let's use 25%. 25% of £436. First thing I need to do, change this into a fraction. I know it's a quarter because I just did it. So it'll be a quarter of £436. Now I need to divide 436 by 4. I will use short division for this. £436. First question, how many times does 4 go into 4? It goes 1 time. Is there a remainder? No, there isn't. How many times does 4 go into 3 tens? It does not, because the closest one is 4, so it goes 0 times with 3 remaining. How many times does 4 go into 36? That goes 9 times, which means that a quarter of 436 equals £109. Now, lastly, what about if I had 3/4? Oops, wrong thing there. What about if I had 3/4? So let's change it to, what is going on? Let's change it to 75% of, let's go with 444. What I will need to do, I need to change this into a fraction. So that is 3/4 of 444. And then I will divide 444 by 4. Okay, that's my first step. My second step, when I've figured that question out, is to times it by 3. But we're not going to do that just yet. We're just going to divide 444 by 4. So, nice and easy. 4 into 4 goes once, 4 into 4 goes once, 4 into 4 goes once. You can see that I've been very lazy. I just used those numbers because I knew that I can just divide them nice and easily. Now I need to times this by 3. So 111 times 3 equals, I could circle here, 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 1 is 3. And so therefore, 75% of 444 equals, oops, don't need the pound sign here, equals 333. And that is how you find percentages of amounts.